Hello, this is Melissa, your insurance exam queen, and we are here to make sure that you can pass your insurance exam with ease and confidence. Today, we are going to look at a Washington State property and casualty exam score sheet so we can break it down. This is good for anybody who has already tested and needs to analyze their score sheet, or for anyone who is going to take the test and needs to know what's important and what to focus on. Before we jump into that, please make sure to subscribe to this channel if it's helped you out. You can also like this video if you appreciate it, and you could drop a comment below if you have any questions. I also highly recommend going to insuranceexamqueen.com. There's where I offer paid for and free resources that you can use to help pass your exam. And I highly recommend the Gold Class Series package. It is $97 and covers the most tested, most common topics, and I explain everything in an easy to understand way. It's videos that you can watch on your own schedule and your own time, student notes, and some quizzes to help make sure that you understand this material so that you can pass your exam and finally be done. Quit wasting retest fees. I know Washington is a super hard state, and we're going to talk about that. So quit wasting retest fees. Just get the Gold Class Series package. We have a 90% first time pass rate, and you can get done with the exam and head off into your career, and whew, you'll feel so relieved. So let's take a look at this score sheet here. I did a little bit of pre-work. So what I did was I analyzed what is the passing score, what is her score. She has 16 points that she needs to pass. So out of 105, that's 70% of 150. So there's 150 questions available. She needs 105 to get a 70%. She scored 89, which means she needs 16 points left to pass. So what I did first is I look at the max score. What the max score is telling us how many points are coming from each chapter. And this doesn't change. Like, this is every time that she goes to take the exam, there will always be 2 points coming from federal laws and regulations. There will always be 45 points coming from Washington laws, rules, and regulations until they make a change in the outline, and they hardly if ever do that. But this is current as of November 2023. So max score is where all the points are coming from. Now, one thing I want to point out, the bigger the points from that chapter, the more important that chapter is. So we can see that state regulations is 45 points. That's a huge chunk of the questions. If there's 150 to pass, 45 of them are coming out of state regulations. Only 2 of them are coming out of dwelling. So dwelling, not very important to study. State law is very important to study. However, I would make an argument with dwelling that it's a foundational chapter for homeowners, and homeowners is one of the bigger ones at 14 points. So I do encourage people to learn dwelling because it's foundational to learning homeowners. But that's beside the point. The point is, the bigger the points, the more important that chapter. Those are the ones you want to go after. So the next thing I did is we look at max score, and then we look at your score. And what this is saying is, out of the 45 points available, she scored 31. So what that means is there are 14 points that she could gain from that chapter. When we look at personal automobile, these lines. When we look at personal automobile, it was 14 points for that chapter. She scored 8 points, which means there are 6 points available. So the first thing that we want to do is find out which chapters have the most points, and then we want to go after those chapters. But before, and I'll talk about this. So for instance, we've got 14 points in insurance regulations. That's pretty big. We've got 9 points in general insurance. We have 9 points in homeowners. We have 9 points in homeowners. And so those are definitely some of the biggest chapters that we have. And then you can see that, 8 points in PNC Basics. I think that's good enough. So we're going to talk about that. There's a 6 point coming out of personal auto. So we might add that one in. Let me go ahead and highlight that. The rest of them are all 4 points or less. So she's really going to want to go after these chapters. Now, the reason that Washington is so hard to pass is because of that 45 points there in insurance regulations. The insurance regulations chapter can be a little bit difficult. It's a lot of numbers. It's a lot of memorization. It's like fees and fines. It's all about the job as an insurance agent and what you are responsible for as an agent, how you need to maintain your license, about the Department of Insurance in your state. It's nothing about the policies or coverages or anything like that. It's about your job as an insurance agent. And Washington highly tests on it. Basically, their breakdown is so heavily weighted towards state law that you have to be really good in everything else too in order to be able to secure a pass. There are other states where these breakdowns are a little bit easier. Washington, though, really loves their state laws. Now, she scored 31 out of 45, trying to get those 14 more points out of state law. It can be a little bit difficult because there's, again, numbers and fees and fines and lots of things to memorize. I cover the common to all state stuff, like every state has a Department of Insurance. Every Department of Insurance has a person who runs it, known as the commissioner, the director, the superintendent. Every state has rules about licensing. How good is your how long is your license good for? How many continuing education hours you need? Every state has unfair trade practices like misrepresentation, twisting, rebating. Those are all the things that I cover in my state regulations video. But to learn more and to get specifically into Washington, you need to study your state approved pre-licensing course material to be able to dig into that. And it can be hard to really find that, especially if you're at a place where your course is expired. Maybe you've tested and you failed and you don't have access to your course anymore. And so you can't dig into that information. So for those reasons, I would say not necessarily tackle state law. I would say watch my video, especially if she hasn't already. So in any of my class series, we do have the gold with a 90% pass rate, 5-star rating on Google. But if you need something cheaper, we have the bronze package, which is $27. All of them are going to cover a state regulations video, which will teach you a lot of the concepts. I would encourage her to just watch that video. So for the state regulations, I would say watch IEQ Insurance Exam Queen State Reg video. And that comes out of any of my class series package. But I wouldn't, especially if she doesn't have access to the text, trying to say, go back and read the text can be a little bit hard. If she still has access to it, I might skim it, especially if you have the ability to kind of like remember what was asked about. So if you took the test and you remember, oh, they asked me about this, they asked me about that, skim through the material, see if you can find those answers. The other thing that you can do is if you skim the material, it might prompt you to, oh, I remember that. Oh, I remember that. So if you still have the material, go ahead and skim it, especially if you're not going to get one of my gold class series package, then you would want to skim the material. But I believe that she can get the points she needs elsewhere because there are 9 points available in general insurance. So let's take a look at that. There are 9 points in general insurance concepts. General insurance is just definitions. What is insurance? The transfer of risk. What is risk? The uncertainty or chance of loss. What are the 2 types of risk? There's pure risk, there is speculative risk. What is a pure risk? A pure risk is loss or nothing. What is a speculative risk? Speculative risk is gambling. This is just definitions and things that she can memorize. And there's a whole 9 points available there. And in fact, on the YouTube channel, we have a general insurance memorization audio that you can listen to on repeat while you're driving, while you're in the shower, while you're cooking, while you're cleaning. You could be listening to that when you're at the gym, on the treadmill. You could be listening to the general insurance memorization and grabbing those 9 points, which are based on definitions. The next chapter that she's got is PNC Basics and homeowners. PNC Basics and homeowners. These 2 are also really easy to go after. PNC Basics is, again, a lot of definitions. What is replacement cost? What is actual cash value? What is the declaration page? What are endorsements? It also includes some auto insurance concepts, like what is the split limit? What is limit of liability? What is per person? What is total bodily injury? And so that double dips on auto. So she could be learning PNC Basics and at the same time also getting some auto insurance points. And she's got 6 available there. So she's got 9 available in general, 8 available in PNC Basics. And then she's got homeowners was what? 9 points. So 9 plus 9 plus 8. What is that? 9, and 8. That's 18 plus 8, 20, 36. I don't know. I'm so bad at math. It's way more than enough points. She needs 16 to pass. 9 is 9, that's 18 alone, right? And then you add another 8. Oh, there we go. That's going to be 16 plus, that's going to be 26 points. So between these 3 chapters, she's got 26 points available. She needs 16 to pass. So if she were to go heavy into general insurance, which is memorization, watch the memorization audio on YouTube. If she went heavy into PNC Basics, and we have the best videos for that in the Gold Class series. And if she were to tackle homeowners, she's got 9 points available there. Again, the best videos for that are in the Gold Class series. If she can even do auto, if she likes auto more than she likes homeowners, study auto insurance. Auto is a lot of definition, like what is Part A, what is Part B? Part A is liability, Part B is medical payments. Remember, medical payments is per person, okay? So lots of points available, even without tackling the insurance regulation video. If she were to completely skip that and just maintain her knowledge in it, scoring 31 out of 45 is just fine. If she can tackle these other concepts, she can be able to get the 16 points that she needs to pass. So Washington is a little top heavy when it comes to the state regulations. It can be a lot harder to secure those points, but if she studied hard in these other chapters using the Gold Class series and or reading my notes on the website, if you go to the resources tab on insuranceexamqueen.com, I just have a bunch of notes that you can read information from this and be able to help you understand the material so that you can secure a pass. So again, please make sure to like this video if it's helped you at all. Drop a comment below if you have any questions, and check us out at insuranceexamqueen.com, where we highly recommend the Gold Class series package because it eases your burdens, allows you to get that next time pass. And that's what we're here for, getting that pass. So I love you. I'm sending you all the loves, all the vibes to pass your exam. Have an amazing day.